Alright, how's it going, guys? I recently acquired, or rather started renting this garage to do motorbike maintenance and making my YouTube videos, but it's a little bit dark, as you can see. So I've picked up this solar lighting kit off Amazon and I'm going to install it today and let you know what I think. Generally the reviews are really good on Amazon, like 5-star. So my expectations are super high. People say they're good for sheds, garages, and as I said in my last video, quite a lot of the reviews were saying that in Africa people are using them in their house as a secondary light source if the power goes out. So they gotta be pretty good if you can live with them. And I'm hoping it'll just give me a little bit more light for shooting movies down the back there, and also if I want to work in here at night. So let's have a look what we got in this box. By the way, it says Photonic Universe on here. That is the company that actually makes these or distributes them. Obviously they're not Amazon's own solar light kits. And I think you can buy them direct from Photonic Universe if you so wish. Alright, so there's the solar panel and it looks to be in good condition. And then we've got a box here which I think has the power system and the bulbs in it. Instructions. That's nice. There's some iPhone adapters here so that you can charge your phone and tablet and that kind of thing. Light fittings. They've got 5-meter cables on them and each one has an individual switch so you can turn individual lights on and off as well as the master. And then here we have the unit itself. Alright. Now what I think I'm going to do is stick this on the floor outside and let it charge up while I'm busy putting the light bulbs up in here, so that hopefully by the end of the video I can give you guys a sneak peek of how bright it is. So let's pop this outside. So we turn the master switch on and then plug the solar panel cable into the solar input there, and you can see the solar LEDs come on, which should mean that it's charging. It's so dark down the back of the garage that I'm going to have to describe my next steps because I don't know if you'll actually be able to see them. But each bulb is on a cable, it's just got a plug on the end, and I'm going to attach them to the rafters, the metal bars running across the top there. And I think I'm just going to zip tie them like that. I guess if you're in like a wooden shed you could always use those screw-in hooks, or maybe you could use something like command hooks or one of those little cable pin things, what are they called, I don't know. But yeah, just zip tying them up there seems like the easiest thing because then I can move them around easily if I'm not getting the right distribution of light. So I'm just going to give that a quick go while the panel's charging. Alright, I've had to ramp the low light settings up on this camera, but I don't know if you can see what I've done here, but I've just got little zip ties on the hooks that hold the roof on to those beams, and just run the cables along there and then group them over in the corner here. These ones run along there and then they'll come down at the back. They're 5 meters long, these cables, so the battery's got to be fairly close to the lights, but it's not too bad. I should mention I'm going to include a link to this product on Amazon. I think it was £144. It's in the description. I will put an affiliate ID on it. That just means I get a little cut if you buy one, but it doesn't make it any more expensive for you. It just helps my channel, helps me keep it going, making more videos. So this little battery box now needs to go over the back there where the cables come down. And then this solar panel needs to go on the roof. Now it doesn't come with any brackets as such, look. It's just got a bit of a rim on it. It's almost like a picture frame. So you kind of got to make it up yourself as to how you mount it. And I think all I'm going to do, because the roof is relatively flat, is just use some shoe glue or sugru, which is like a putty that hardens on the back, and just kind of you know, fix it to the roof with that. It's not very heavy, so it should hold fine in the wind, but I'll probably check on it in a few days after I've done that to make sure it is holding fine. And then this cable, I'm just going to run it in the roof and then out through this insulation at the front. Although where there's a gap in the insulation, you can see quite a big wasp. So here's hoping he's either dead or deeply asleep. Okay, now that's resting up there, I can show you this shoe glue. I got this from Hobbycraft, but you can get it from B&Q or Whole Foods, and it's like rubber putty, but as soon as you take it out, as soon as you take it out of its little foil packet, it starts to cure, and it takes 24 hours. You can mold it to any shape, and then it kind of sticks. And it goes hard, and it's heat proof and it's waterproof, but you can peel it off, so I'm not doing any permanent damage to the roof there. So I'm going to put a little dot of this on the frame of the solar panel, probably 3 dots because I've got 3 packs, and then just press it onto the sort of ridges, the kind of high ridges of the corrugated roof there. Thankfully this wasp appears to be past his best. So I'm just going to put some sugar here and here, and maybe if I can reach one up at the top there. Alright, so that's looking pretty good up there, and I think that shoe glue is going to hold it fine. It cures pretty hard and it's quite sticky, so it'd take a pretty serious storm or gale to remove that panel from the roof. So all that's left really is to run this cable from the solar panel through the rafters to the back, and then plug all the lights in. But in order to run that cable, I'd need to unplug it from the battery, and I'm a bit reluctant to do it because it says on the instructions that when you first plug it in, you shouldn't turn the lights on, you should just let it charge to full battery, and that can take 1 to 2 days if you've got good weather and good sun, which we don't because it's London, or 7 to 10 days. It can take 7 to 10 days to do a full charge at first. So I'm wondering if I unplug that now to route the cable, if that's going to have a negative effect on the battery. So what I'm going to do is shut the garage and just leave it kind of hanging through the garage door there, and then come back in a few days and see if it's charged. It's always like that, isn't it? Get too excited when you first get something, plug it all in without reading the instructions. Classic. But yeah, let's see in a few days whether it's fully charged, and then I can unplug it, route it in, and then show you guys just how bright these are. So as you can see now, the solar light and the battery light are both green, so we're good to go. So let's give it a try. I've just got to plug these individual lights into the front here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, it's time for the big switch on, so prepare to have your minds blown, and you may want to put some sunglasses on or something like that in case it's super bright. 3, 2, 1. Oh.
I don't know how impressive that looks on the camera, probably not very, but it's actually brilliant. Like, you can easily see down the back of the garage there, and it's easily enough light to work from. I'm pretty impressed with that. It's better than I thought it would be, for sure. Anyway, now it's fully charged, I just need to route this cable for the solar panel properly. I think I could have also used a few more zip ties to make a tidier job of the cables, and also a bit of ducting or something might pin those all to the wall. But I think one of the things that I want to do with the garage is something that loads of people recommended in the comments on my last video, which was painting the interior walls white so that the light is reflected a lot better, and that's going to make it a lot lighter. So I'm hoping to get around to that this weekend. It's Easter weekend, and the weather's a bit rubbish, so a little indoor job like that might be ideal. So maybe I'll just leave the kind of cables as they are for now and tidy them up later. But it's really, really easy to install. It's just plug and play. It's easy enough to attach the solar panel. It's nice and light. Cables are nice and long. It's pretty bright. I mean, it's not like mains lights, but it's easily good enough for a garage or a small shed. A garage of this size anyway. Obviously, I can't comment on the sort of longevity of them yet, but it seems pretty good. In the instructions, it tells you not to leave it in really cold or hot conditions if the battery's depleted, and also that you should try and keep it sort of constantly charging, but it manages the battery itself, so you don't have to unplug the solar panel at night and things like that. You know, if it does break in months to come, I'll definitely let you guys know, but maybe some people would weigh this up against how much am I going to save on my electricity bills or whatever, but that's not really the point for me. I can't get mains electricity here. So for 140 quid, it's an absolute no-brainer. It's really transformed it. Means I can use the garage at night. And I'm hoping with the walls white, it'll be even brighter, won't it? So they're awesome. I love it. As always, you know, if you do have questions about them, please do leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Otherwise, I'll catch you soon with another garage video, and hopefully get around to doing some bits on the bike too. See ya.